Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pukekohe Park Raceway in New Zealand for the 10th race in the NRSL Hankook Tyres V8 Supercar Challenge. 3 races to go for the championship. And man, me and Vince are getting ready for what will probably be the wildest road course race of the season next to the finale at Papyrus.
Yeah, we're down under, mate, and here we are with Fitzwater on that front row. But I had to do that real quick. Keith Rich got the pole, out of championship hunt. DJ Curtis is starting up front. And with Holden have nothing to play for as they have won the constructor battle as far as wins. Let's see what Ford can do to try to steal one back here in Pukekohe.
Yes, indeed, Keith Rich comes into this race about 180 points behind Rob Evans, who's the new points leader. So Keith just trying to go get a win now. 3 races left in the season. It's his second pole of the season, so it's kind of shocking that he has had so many poor finishes despite starting up front most of the season. But like Vince said, Fitzwater starting second, another driver down there in the points looking for a good run. And after today, a lot of drivers will be eliminated from contention. We'll go from 138 points being the range to 92. And we could see over half the field be eliminated from championship contention. Let's go through the rest of the starting grid. Nico Tringale, first 2-time winner on the season after a win last week at Kyalami. He starts third with Samet Oskin to his left side in fourth. James Ellison, DJ Curtis, row 3. Quinton Moore, Coldiva, row 4, with Alexander Rowe and Peter Onjak, row 5. And we'll get to the rest of the championship after the command has been given. And here we are.
Drivers, start your engines.
So, following Kyalami, Rob Evans takes the points lead with his series leading 5 top 5s and 6 top 10s. Only the driver with 6 top 10s is the man second in points. Dylan Young, 3 points behind Evans coming into today's event. DJ Curtis now 9 back, down the third in points. Deanna Jones 26 back, 4th in points. And Yael Carrillo, 5th in the points, 44 points back, is the only man right now within a range if, say today, was the finale. And Evans and Dylan Young with poor qualifying runs. As there you see them, they're back here outside of the top 20. So they will have to avoid the chaos and make their way up through the field because Curtis is starting 6th. And, you know, Curtis's consistency at qualifying continues. Drivers with a chance to maybe get into the range today. Sanford, Henry Sanford, that is, 47 back. Tringali, 48 back. Cage, 56. Zach Flickinger, 57. Jesse Turner, 72. And then a handful of others that are right in the window right now. And then there's a ton of drivers outside the window trying to get in. Green flag is out. 23 laps of action. No pit stops. Oh, and Fitzwater's going to overcook it. And he's done just like that. Crashing at the back. Zach Rogers, Coldiva, Rob Evans involved. As Carrillo, Friesen, Nate Rogers, Alexander Rowe, they've all spun out.
Rewind.
What a first lap from Pukekohe Raceway. And
You hate to see it for Fitzwater, man.
Keith Rich leads, and yeah, Fitzwater just overcooked it. Going through that first section, we know it's the most dangerous section on the track. We've seen countless drivers in both Digital Storm Cup and Jerky Pro miss it, and all it takes is getting in that grass. And with the speeds these V8 cars are carrying through here, you get in the grass in these cars and you're done. But Evans 23rd after spinning around. But Fitzwater, Friesen, Gardner will be in and out of his pit stall. Nate Rogers' day is over. Same for Baranowskis. Oh, and contact between Tringali and Ellison. Like I said, these cars have so much grip that we'll likely see people bounce off a little harder than that, and they'll probably spin out. But right now, Tringale's in a pretty good spot with Curtis right behind them in 6th place. Quinton Moore having a good run right now in 4th. But right now, everybody's chasing that man right there, Keith Rich. Oh, and Cole Deaver's going to get in the grass, and his day will be over. Deanna Jones is having issues. She's down to 24th. So Gardner back on track. Oh! And Tringali just got turned by DJ Curtis.
Absolute carnage here at Pukekohe. That's all we can say.
We caught the end of it. We'll be looking at all incidents once the race is over, but Tringali just got turned out of 5th place by 3rd in points DJ Curtis, and he'll fall all the way down to 19th. However, Curtis also lost a lot of time from that. He falls down to 10th. And that opens the door for a guy. Well, actually, none of these guys really. None of these guys are even in range right now. That opens, well, I guess I could say it opens the door for all of them. As now Oskin and Ellison got the elbows out for 2nd place. Oskin won the Charlotte Roval. He's been pretty quiet since. And he comes into this race 13th in the points, 83 back, trying to close up the gap. You see drivers out of the race. Nate Rogers, Branauskas, Friesen, and Fitzwater. Man, just no luck for Fitzy this year.
No, not at all. One thing we forgot to mention in the pre-race is lap traffic. We don't know how these cars will behave with lap traffic, especially at this place, so we'll see.
Lap times in practice were about 47 seconds, but that was with cloudy conditions. Now in clear weather, we're seeing only about 49s. But it looks like Gardner's maybe like a second off pace. Not too bad. But, you know, this hairpin turn, one of the biggest passing opportunities is Hamill, Seth Cole getting close. Ooh. Oh, and someone else just got turned. That was, I believe, Jesse Turner there. Yeah, Jesse Turner got turned off the nose to somebody and got into the wall, and that'll give Tringali a position back. Oh, and Charles Sanford almost got dumped by his brother. Henry Sanford came really close to turning him. Curtis down to 11th, so Curtis outside the top 10 right now. Zach Flickinger into the top 10. Battle for 5th between Onjak and Rowe. There's so much going on everywhere. These guys are really leaning on each other today.
Gonna watch it right here.
And Onjak goes into the grass, losing, I believe, 2 spots there. Oh, and Turner's... Oh! And Turner and Carrillo get together. I mean, this is for 19th at this point, man. And Carrillo did not need all that damage. Donovan Cage not having a good points gaining day. Neither is Deanna Jones. And Evans, you can see the damage. He's 2 seconds off pace. So the points leader having a bad day today at Pukekohe. As Keith Rich will catch Johnny Gardner. James Ellison's all over his bumper for the lead. Keith trying to figure out what to do. Oh, he's going to push Gardner out of the way. Ellison gets on his bumper. Oh, and Gardner gets into him. And Keith Rich is into the wall. Out of the race lead he goes. Gardner did not want to move. And that cost Keith Rich the lead. He's down to 4th place. But Ellison had to check up, and now Samet Oskin leads.
I don't think we're done, Zach. Watch this next turn right here. Ellison's going to get a massive run and try to break out. We're not done with the carnage. This isn't over.
Jack and Seth Cole coming really close to contact right there. Tringali right here in 18th place. There's Turner and Cage. Turner now with damage too. And here it is. Ellison taking it a little easy there. Quinton Moore now up to 3rd. As Alexander Rowe will take 4th away from Keith Rich. He might have gotten some damage from that contact. Oh, as Vince Freeze's way off track, and they are 4 wide almost. Still 3 wide. That's Henry Sanford getting in the grass there. Oh, Vince, we knew this race would be crazy, and we're only 8 laps in.
And we're not done yet. Watch this turn 1, turn 2 complex. Someone might run off here. It might be Vince Freeze.
Ooh, and he ran it in really wide, but he's gonna keep it together.
Tokyo drifting here at Pukekohe as the battle of fronts heating up too. Man, we got action everywhere. Nowhere to look.
Oh, there's a ton of action right up here at the front. Keith Rich going to lose another position to Andrew Rich, his father. It's Alexander Rowe side by side with Quinton Moore for 3rd place. That's allowing the top 2 to drive away. So far, nobody else has wrecked out of this thing since Cole Deaver hit the wall. Now, here we go. Things might get a little crazy right here. Keith Rich coming really close to clipping the grass there. Seth Cole, though, going to move up to 6, and I definitely think Keith has some damage from hitting the wall with the left side. He is just going nowhere but backwards now, and Ajax's going to put a move on him. But Ellison and Oskin, the top 2, trying to drive away. Andrew Rich moving up. Ooh, Ajax's going to get clipped there by Hamill, but he keeps it under him. Just so much racing action going on all over the track. Fastest lap on the day belongs to James Ellison, a 49.111, as we're seeing some tire wear, Vince.
I don't think that's going to matter, though, since there's no pit stops. It's really just who can... Oh, here we go.
James Ellison looking for the lead on Samet Oskin. Ellison comes into the race, 25th in the points, 127 points back. He needs to gain a ton of points if he still wants to be in contention heading into Cape Cod International Raceway.
Well, a win will do it, but right now, Oskin's not giving that outside. There it is.
Still side by side for the top spot. Coming to the halfway lap of lap 12. Now this is letting the guys who were battling for 3rd catch back up, because these two are side by side. Ellison at the line. You see it goes from 2.3 to 1.7 seconds right there, as Oskin will concede the position for now. Row up the 3rd, Andrew Rich 5th. Here comes Seth Cole. He had a really fast car back at Kyalami, but some kind of tire issue took him out of contention. He's moving forward. He just ran his fastest lap of the race. The fastest lap of the race, a 49.097. And he will pass Andrew Rich for 5th. So don't look now, James Ellison. You ain't in the clear yet. See this lap time here, a 49.354. That's enough to pull on Rowe and Quinton Moore, but Seth Cole ran a 1.84. He is coming, Vince.
Seth Cole, the road course 8. He's just got to get to 3rd. If he can get by the 3rd real quick, Ellison and Oskin better watch out, but we still got some more battling.
Let's talk about some other runs here today. Derek Hamill in 7th. Remember, this man came into this series on invite with no experience in either Digital Storm Cup or Jerky Pro trucks. He'll be running both full-time next year. And man, Vince, that season's only about a month and a half away.
Yeah, we're flying. We're getting close to that anticipation. Peter Onjak, same thing. He's had experience with Jerky Pro, but no luck.
Yeah, Onjak has not won at all in either Jerky Pro or Digital Storm Cup. He'll be running full-time Digital Storm Cup this coming season for JTG Daughtery Racing. So we hope to see if Onjak can improve. Zach Flickinger coming back to Digital Storm Cup after a year off. He replaces William Flickinger at that team. And Dylan Young's running in 10th place right now. DJ Curtis in 11th. So Curtis not gaining a ton of points right now. Dylan Young, I think, is on pace to take the points lead. As nobody else high in the points is up here. No Deanna Jones, no Yael Carrillo. So I believe Dylan Young will just scooch up over Rob Evans as Seth Cole has gone off track. And I think the win just went out the window. I'm not sure what happened to Seth Cole, but he will fall down to 10th place, but he's already passing Dylan Young right back for 9th.
And we got to be careful on this outside.
Side by side,
Curtis
Charles
better be
Sanford, DJ Curtis. Ooh, man, he came close.
Tokyo Joel.
He'll lose 11th to Charles Sanford right there. Trying to go through the rest of the order. Tringali has made it back up to 14th. There's Carrillo, Gianna Jones, Jesse Turner. Keith Rich down to 23rd. It looks like he's been on pit road, as Evans is in 21st place. As the 12 of Johnny Gardner retired from the race finally after kind of being a roadblock. So not sure what happened with Seth Cole. I'm going to guess it had something to do with Quentin Moore or maybe Andrew Rich, but we'll be looking at everything once the race is complete. Side-by-side battle between Onjak and Logan York, who is a lap down car. But Seth Cole down to 9th. Still trying to gain some points on the championship as Curtis has fallen to 12th. Onjak and Flickinger will pass Logan York. Flickinger is going to give the bumper to him. But Flickinger checked up there in the hairpin. So now Hamill by himself in 6th. Rich challenging Quentin Moore for 4th. As Alexander Rowe is losing time to the top 2.
Only way Rowe gets in if they start battling. This could happen at this garage dump turn, as I like to say, is Oskin's close on the backbone with Ellison. But he loses time and through that first part of the section. Let's see what happens.
Ellison again coming in this race 25th in the points, 127 back of Rob Evans. Oskin 13th, 83 back of Rob Evans. So, you know, we talk about being in range, but even if Ellison were to jump up 35 points, you know, he would still have to win and have people do poorly. So when you think of a realistic shot at the championship, Oskin's the one who would really need this extra 5 points, especially with Dylan Young running 10th right now.
Yeah, it's trial by fire for Ellison. He's just up here just for that win. We talked about this last race at Kyle Abbey, right? Who's out there for the win? Who's out there for a championship? As Oskin gets a great run off that corner. We'll see. I think this last couple laps, we'll see how desperate Oskin gets knowing the point situation.
Oskin would gain 21 points right now with where Dylan Young runs. That would put Oskin a total of... there's the move. But it would put Oskin 59 points behind Dylan Young with 2 races left. So he would have to gain another 13 points at least at Cape Cod. If he gets the win here, he would leave 53 points behind Dylan Young. Or no, 54 rather. But yeah, this is the battle right here. And if they wreck, Alexander Rowe is just waiting to capitalize on this.
It's a great run off that last corner heading into the garage now. I think he can make a move. The battling back here is non-stop still.
Tringale has fallen back down to 19th. Curtis still 12th. Dylan Young now being closed in by Charles Sanford. So Oskin's putting the pressure on his Holden teammate. And Alexander Rowe is inching his way forward. Andrew Rich has made it past Quentin Moore for 4th. And Hamill's been closing in on them from 6th. 4 laps to go at the start-finish line from Pukekohe Raceway.
Just down to these two. Rowe's not gaining any further time. Oskin right here has to get a little bit closer, though. He can't. Yeah, he's wide a little bit. I don't know.
Talked about the minimal tire wear, and it's really showing between these top 2. Only 0.3 of a second off their best times. You see Alexander Rowe's a whole 0.2 slower than them. Hamill appears to be the fastest one inside the top 10. As Sanford is going to pass Dylan Young, and that is huge for cement Oskin's chances, as that would give 2 less points to Young on the day. And that also helps DJ Curtis now, because now Curtis is only losing 1 point to Dylan Young, and that's a 6-point gap coming into the day between those 2 drivers. 3 laps to go. Oskin closes back up a couple of inches. I'm wondering if Rob Evans will come into play. He's Only a little ways away. He's 2 seconds off pace a lap.
He will last lap. It's going to be the last lap, I think.
Oh, man, and we have seen lap cars come into play several times this season. Watkins Glen, Pig Stadium, both races. Lap car came into play on the last lap, and it almost cost the leader of the race the win. Happened to Charles Sanford. DJ Curtis almost stole the win from him because of a lap car. Jesse Turner at Pig Stadium almost lost the win because of a lap car. And today at Pukekohe, it's going to be huge because Rob Evans knows that Austin is a lot closer in the points battle than James Ellison, and the less people Evans has to battle for the championship, the better.
So a little bit wide through that one bend right there. Austin's going to have a run. This might help Rowe. Rowe, he's hoping that Evans messes around. He'll take the win. We'll see.
And Alexander Rowe has 2.4 seconds on Andrew Rich for third. And it's just waiting for something to happen. There you see Austin charging it again. Just right there. We're going to be coming to the white flag. And there's Evans. We're going to catch the 8 car. Here we go, Vince. White flag is in the air from Pukekohe.
We might catch him at the garage dump turn. This is going to get good right here.
Austin's losing ground there. He looked like he got a bad final corner. That gave Ellison about another 10th. Austin's going to need Ellison to get held up by Evans or he will not have a shot. He's a little too far behind here. So they're starting to get a little more wear on the tires. Here we go. Into the hairpin for the final time. They might not even get to Evans' back bumper. Austin throws it in deep and hard. Ellison, though, with enough distance through the final corners. Coming to the checkered flag, it will be James Ellison at Pukekohe. And Ellison gained another 3/10 on Austin that lap. I think Austin burned up his stuff, Vince.
Yeah, either that or Austin was hoping for the lap car as he goes wide there to slow him up. And that was a mistimed call. But interesting race. Rob Evans, survival of the fittest, I guess. Not a lap down. Did not get out of the race. That may save his championship.
Alexander Rowe will come home in third. Andrew Rich fourth. Quinton Moore fifth. Derek Hamill sixth. Onjak 7th, Flickinger 8th, and Seth Cole 9th. Really thought Seth Cole had the best shot at the win. We'll have to see what happened to him. Charles Sanford 10th, Dylan Young 11th, Curtis 12th, Deanna Jones 15th, Cage 16th, Carrillo 17th, Tringali 18th, Evans 21st. And then several drivers out of the race. But Ellison, your winner. Let's go take a look at all the incidents that transpired today. Looking at the incidents from today's event. And it all starts with the man who qualified in second, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Just see, he hits the rumble strip a little weird there, and he gets all out of shape. And he just can't get it to stop sliding, and yeah, he hits the grass. He hits the dirt, too. Yeah, so he is done. Austin makes some door slam contact there with Ellison, but now let's see where this original incident happened. I think it was with Johnny Gardner. Oh, no, it's actually up ahead. Cole Deaver goes around. See Carrillo, Cage making evasive action. Gardner can't slow down enough, clips the 67. And then there's Evans with the contact, just nowhere to go. And now, what happened back up here? Somebody's getting turned. Oh, right there. Nate Rogers into Carter Friesen. Nowhere for Baranowskis to go, and Carrillo just an innocent bystander. Look how far into the inside wall Friesen went. Can't even find him. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, and Friesen nailed the wall, too. See, Baranowskis clips his rear end, but Just that wall right there just kills Baranowskis' car. Nate Rogers didn't even hit it that hard, and it killed his car too. So the death wall right there on the inside. That took all those guys out of the race. Just killed Friesen's car completely. Then I don't think we had anything happen up here on the first lap. So let's go see where the other incidents were at. Deanna Jones is going to get run over here by Donovan Cage. This explains why these two were so far back all day. So he just really slamming on the brakes, and Cage just can't get it down enough and just lifts the rear tires off the ground of Deanna Jones, and around they both went. And that is that incident. Looking at what happened to Cole Deaver. Same thing as Fitz. He just hits the rumble strip wrong. Hail Carrillo to his right side, but Deaver just so much speed and just loses it into the grass. Not as bad as Fitzwater did, but like we said, you hit the grass and you hit the tire wall and you're done. Looking at what happened between Tringali and DJ Curtis on lap 3. We caught the end of it. So Tringali racing right behind Quinton Moore. Gets Quinton Moore out of whack. Like, takes the air off his spoiler there or something. And then they're coming off the corner, and Curtis is just barely going to clip Tringali. Tringali loses control, locks up the brakes. Curtis bounces off him, goes wide left, gets in the grass, takes out a sign. And Curtis lost it too, and he locks it up, slams the wall with the left side. But that took Curtis and Tringali out of a shot at a top 10 finish today. So now let's see. I believe we have a couple of more to go. Jesse Turner was running in 14th place on lap 5 when he and Logan York get together here. And just same thing with Curtis and Tringali. Just York comes off the corner and clips Jesse Turner. Turner keeps it under him, but he's just gonna hit the wall here pretty hard and just kind of kills his performance on the day. And man, Jesse Turner can't catch a break. Very next lap. This time it's Yael Carrillo. And Carrillo gets into him well before the apex of the corner. Carrillo was actually so far to his right. Turner comes off the corner and both of them go into the wall. And somehow this killed Carrillo's car more than it killed Jesse Turner's. But that is, I think we've got 2 or 3 more left. Looking at the incident that took Keith Rich out of the race lead. This was on lap 7. Gardner was about to be put a lap down. Now Keith Rich is trying to find the right way around them. So he peeked out and then he hopped back in line, and then right there he just gets right into Gardner, pushes him through the corner. Then he's checking up and Ellison's making it 3 wide. Gardner is so out of shape that he's going to, I think, catch the grass with the left rear, and then bam, right there into the side of Keith Rich. And then Keith Rich just slams the left side off the wall. Gardner would retire the car after this incident. But I believe we just have the Seth Cole incident left to look at. Found an incident we did not catch. This involves Keith Rich and Logan York, and they're going to go into the corner here. Keith is on the brakes, and I'm not sure if something maybe broke on the 21 because he is really slow. Logan York is throwing it in deep, and he's just going to slam into the back of Keith Rich. Spins out Keith, and York just misses the corner as a result. And that took Keith out of 10th and York out of 11th. So tough day there for them. That's not what they wanted. And now I believe we just have the Seth Cole incident. We believe that Seth Cole had the fastest car on the track at the time, and he was going to charge down possibly James Ellison, but Going into the hairpin here, Seth Cole going to look under Quinton Moore for 4th place. Gets on the brakes a little deep. Going to make contact right there. Just a little nudge. Everything's looking fine. And right there, he's just going to make a little too much contact, and he loses the back end. And around he went, and that cost him about 6 seconds. So a little disappointing for Seth Cole trying to go for a win. 2 races remain, and the next track we go to, he's won at in the Digital Storm Cup Series, Cape Cod International Raceway. And we will see you guys then.